Hello chaps, well here we are in Chelsea in London, and what I have to inform you today is that my course, Charisma and Dating Academy, will be opening for new enrolments on the 26th of May, and the course itself will be starting on the 2nd of June. So I wanted to just have a little bit of a talk about that, have a little wander around, and I want to tell you how you can benefit from the course. So basically, Charisma and Dating Academy is a course that I first put together in 2020, and we've run it now for a couple of years. Loads of guys have gone through it, loads of great testimonials, success stories and everything that's come out of it. And Charisma and Dating Academy was originally a course that I put together to talk about some fairly highfalutin sort of dating concepts, if you like. We were talking a lot about psychology. We were talking a lot about the real sort of heavy kind of mindset side of things. And what I decided to do instead this time is to completely revamp the curriculum inside the course. And I've done that for a number of reasons. But the key reason, I think, is basically I'm just a little bit fed up. I mean, look, I've been creating content in this dating niche, as you guys know, for quite some time now. And I've seen a lot of other content creators come and go, and I see the other things that, those guys put out. And it strikes me that we just massively overcomplicate this whole dating thing, really, this whole dating and attraction space. We just massively overcomplicate it unnecessarily, because the truth of the matter is, certainly as far as the first bit's concerned, the first bit, which is the attraction stage, the meeting the woman stage, it's actually really, really bloody simple, like really ridiculously simple. Not to say that there isn't things to be learned, but it's not as complicated as people make it out to be. So you get these people, I'm selling you my system, and it's this. It's kind of like massively talked up, sort of like, oh God, you just got to understand the system, and once you get the system down, everything's going to be great. You're just going to have this amazing dating life, and it's all nonsense, really. It's all absolute nonsense. And while there is a lot that you can go into in terms of the inner game stuff, because Charisma and Dating Academy, last time we opened it, which was in 2021. End of 2021, it was very much really an inner game course. While you can go really deeply into that stuff, and there is value in doing that, huge value in doing that, at the same time, I think what guys really need is a primer in the fundamentals of dating, okay? And it seemed to me, right, look, I've been doing this stuff for over 18 years now. 18 years worth of experience of going on dates, going on countless dates, obviously meeting women in many different countries. I'm in London at the moment, but from New York to Moscow to Ibiza to Berlin, Colombia, Mexico. Just all over the place, right? And I'm also, as you guys know, a very analytical person, and I break this stuff down, I think, the best in the space. There's other guys who obviously offer different things. I don't think anybody really is breaking this stuff down to the same level that I am. I think that's, you're watching this stuff, so you can be the judge of it, but I don't think there's anybody else out there really who has the level of insight that I bring to this, and the level of, quite frankly, class that I bring to this as well, because this is a space that has been plagued with very crass, sort of boorish, crude kind of people and crude kind of marketing, and that's not really what I'm about, But what I am about, what I want to share with you, is my dating process, okay? Because I'm a guy, in my 40s, whatever, and I have a good dating life. I have a varied dating life. I go around to different places, I meet different girls, I have different forms of relationships with them, and it all works very well, okay? But I'm just an ordinary guy, It's not like, It's not like there's anything special about me or anything like that. But, you know, I have managed over the years to have this dating life, this relationship life, as well as just lifestyle in general, that, you know, friends of mine are like, well, how the hell are you even, you know, doing that? You know, they just don't get it. So what I wanted to do in Charisma and Dating Academy, I've just completely revamped the entire thing. And what it's going to be is a 5-module course in which I'm going to just share everything that I know, everything that I do in terms of dating, right? I'm just going to share everything, okay? Very, and it's going to be very, very simple. It's not going to be complicated. There's not going to be loads of stupid, like, jargon in it. There's not going to be loads of stupid, you know, nonsensical, old school kind of, you know, nonsense in there. It's going to be very, very simple, straightforward, authentic and natural for, like, normal guys who, you know, need to be well put together, right? And of course, obviously, you know, the way that you look, the way that you dress, the way that you groom yourself and all of that, very, very important. But we will be covering that in the course. I'm just going to go through everything in 5 simple modules, okay? So the modules that we're going to be going through are as follows: social skills, value, flirtation and playfulness, dating, that is actually the process of dating itself, and then we're going to go into relationships and having a girlfriend or having friends with benefits and so on and so forth, okay? So we can chat about those each in turn a little bit. So the first bit is social skills, all right? Basic social skills. This is what used to be called, by some misguided people back in the day, game, okay? These days, increasingly, we prefer just to talk about social skills because, you know, this idea that there's some crazy kind of secret, there's some crazy kind of convoluted sort of thing that you have to do in order to unlock a woman's heart is clearly nonsensical. I mean, yes, there are things that you can learn, but you're not going to be going out there and meeting a, you know, top model if you are a guy with no social skills and, you know, getting into bed with her anytime soon. It's just not going to happen, all right? So the first bit is social skills, and what I call enhanced social skills, okay? Because these are social skills, but they are social skills with a specific end in mind, which is, you know, to increase your dating life. So I'm going to basically explain to you in that module everything that I do. You know, wherever I go in the world, the basic stuff that I do, it's always the same. It's very, very simple. And if you do it, and you do it consistently, you should be getting between 2 and 3 dates a week. You know, it's as simple as that, really. That's just what it comes down to. Okay, so we're going to be going through that. The second module, and these are all very much interconnected, of course. The second module is going to be about value, because ultimately dating is a value exchange. You know, you walk up with a certain degree of a certain amount of value, you are looking to communicate that value to her, you're looking to communicate that value effectively to the woman that you are interested in, and if she likes that value that you have to offer, if you've communicated it in a coherent way, then hopefully, you know, she likes you and you guys end up going on a date. So we're going to talk about value because really a lot of this stuff is decided within the first few seconds of meeting. So you need to firstly get the right mindsets and all the rest of that stuff for doing the approaches, for doing the initial meetings, but you also need to be communicating that value straight up as well. And you know, a lot of that is about look, it's about the clothes that you wear, it's about the grooming that you have and so on and so forth. You need to be communicating up front that you are a man of value. Okay, so we're going to be teaching you exactly how you do that. The next part, and this is really, really key, is going to be about basically flirtation, but we're also labeling it playfulness, because playfulness is so important in this whole sphere of dating and going out and just basically having a good time. You've got to learn how to be playful. You've got to learn how to have a good time with the women that you meet. It's just as simple as that. And many of us find this incredibly difficult. I know I certainly did. Oftentimes, we will get clients who are quite sort of analytical people. Terrible motorbike noise. We'll get clients who are quite sort of analytical, highly intelligent, but quite analytical people, and they find it hard to let loose a little bit. They find it hard to let loose a little bit and to be playful and to be flirty and to be fun. Okay, and those are the key things that you really, really need. Okay, and if you don't have that, you're going to find it difficult. So we're going to break it down, and we're going to teach you, how all of that stuff works and how you can bring that degree of playfulness, that degree of flirtation, a little bit of naughtiness into the equation, because you're really, really going to need to do that. Okay? And then the next part, we're going to talk about dating itself. We're going to talk about, okay, so what do you actually do? What do you actually do when you go on that date? Okay? And really, this deserves a whole module, because this is, as I say, the first bit when you initially go and meet the woman is actually very straightforward. Okay? It gets massively overcomplicated. It's pretty straightforward. It should just be a consistent part of your life. It should be something that you're just doing the whole time. Sometimes it's going to work, other times it's not going to work, depending on who you meet and the circumstances that she's in at the time, and how well you put yourself across. But that bit is very, very straightforward. But the next part of the puzzle really can be make or break. And that is, this specific issue of what you do on the date itself. Where do you go for the date? What kind of venue are you looking at? Is it daytime? Is it nighttime? What do you talk about? What's your proximity like? And how do you structure a date so that it is most likely to yield a successful outcome? Okay? Again, basic stuff, but this is the kind of stuff we never got taught at school. This is the kind of stuff that, in most cases our dads and uncles didn't ever teach us. So, going to be drilling down into that. And then the final part is relationships. Okay, so this is more about, and when I say relationships, I'm not saying, so how do you, get married and, build a homestead and start up a ranch on Montana and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really talking about that here. Relationships covers a whole multitude of things. It could be a friends with benefits type situation. It could be a casual relationship. It could be a non-monogamous relationship. It could even be, I don't want to say long distance relationship, because those are not a good idea, but it could be a sort of relationship whereby you're living in different cities and you don't see each other all the time. It's on a casual basis, but how do you maintain something like that? Okay, so we're going to be really drilling down. And I mean, relationships, if you see her more than once, really, if you see her a few times, there is a relationship there of some form. It may not be a committed relationship, it may not be a monogamous relationship, but it is nevertheless a relationship. So you need to understand how to handle those relationships as well, because again, guys will trip themselves up at every part of this process. The first bit, which everyone bangs on about, which is the approach, is actually the easiest part. It gets increasingly difficult as you go further down the line, and oftentimes guys will, they'll meet a girl, they'll really like her, and they'll have that connection with her, and then suddenly she just disappears, she ghosts her. Now that kind of thing can happen anyway, because the dating marketplace is a cruel mistress, but often it's because the guy has made an obvious mistake that could have been ironed out ahead of time. So we're going to be going into that in great detail too. So that's really what the curriculum is going to comprise. I think it's a great curriculum. As I say, I'm just basically going to share everything that I do, everything that I know and everything that I do. I'm just going to share it with the people in the course. Now, the people that watch my stuff, you guys know the reality. You guys know that I know what I'm talking about, and you know that I can articulate this stuff and explain this stuff better and more insightfully than pretty much anybody else in the sphere. All right. Obviously, my content is not for everybody. You know, I offer a more classy kind of take on this stuff. Not everyone's into that, and that's absolutely fine. You know, but this course is for you if you resonate with me, if you resonate with my delivery. It's going to be slightly pitched towards the older guy, in the sense that obviously, you know, I've got to be realistic about my own age and you know, where I'm coming from with this, but it's not an older guy dating course. Okay, so it's open to anybody of any age, but there will be some attention given to guys who are maybe bachelors, or maybe guys who are, you know, come out of a divorce or whatever, right? I mean, it's going to be useful for you if you're in that situation, but also equally, you know, if you resonate with my stuff and you're younger, that's absolutely fine too. I mean, the content that we're going to be going through is very, very basic, fundamental stuff, which is going to work regardless of, you know, your age and really where you're based as well. I mean, this isn't geographically specific material. This is stuff that I've just used all over the place, and it works really well for me. And I have a dating life that I'm very happy with, for the most part. So yeah, I'm really excited to unveil this new material. Now, when you enter the course, and I'll give you the dates in just a second, but when you enter the course, what you're going to get is the new course material itself, but also all of the previous CAD Academy course material as well is just going to be in there. So everything that we've talked about before in CAD Academy is also going to be there. All the old videos are going to be there. So you're going to be able to take advantage of all of that great content, but the focus this time is going to be on these 5 modules. And the way that we're going to do this is the launch period is going to open up on the 26th of May, Thursday the 26th of May, and you're going to have 5 days in order to enroll in the course. And then we're going to do 5 days worth of live Zoom webinars, private live Zoom webinars, and they are going to take place from the Thursday the 2nd of June. Okay, those webinars are going to take place. They're going to take place for 5 days over that weekend. They're going to be at 9 a.m. EST and 6 p.m. EST every day for 5 days, okay? And we're going to just drill down into the material, huge detail, any questions out there on the table. We're going to bring guests in, no holds barred, private on Zoom. That kind of content you just can't get anywhere else. You know, this is stuff we're not going to be talking about on YouTube, really getting down into the nitty gritty of everything, so you can bring your questions along. I'm super excited for this. I think this is the best course that I've ever put together, because ultimately it's the most simple. You know, it's basically saying, look, if you want to be authentic, natural, no BS, but you want to improve your dating life, you want to be an ordinary guy, but you want to live a lifestyle where you've got choice and you've got opportunity, increased opportunity, then this is the course for you. It's going to be fairly priced as well. I'm not going to put this on at some huge outlandish price, because, you know, I want to encourage guys to obviously come in, and I don't want to make it prohibitive. That being said, when we go forward with this material next time, in the next quarter, it will go up. So it's worth bearing that in mind when you consider joining now. So that's it. So CAD Academy is going to open up again on the 26th of May for enrollments, and then the course proper is going to start on the 2nd of June. We're going to do 5 days, 5 intensive days of private Zoom webinars with me, and I am just going to, you know, bare my soul and unveil my method for all of this stuff. Okay, and it's going to be awesome. It really is. So I would recommend that you join. But in the meantime, to get on the waiting list, just join my email list. There's a link below. So just join my email list, and I'm going to be sending out more details to that email list very soon. But we're all steam ahead for this now. Been doing lots of work on the planning, doing the filming, and so on and so forth. It's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to this. And guys, I mean, look, it's such a beautiful day today in London. You know, summer is coming. It's really warm today here in London, in the UK, Europe. Summer is coming, guys, and you just get that sense of excitement. Things are opening up. There's just all these opportunities out there, and you know, I just really want to help you guys to get yourselves into the best possible shape that you can in order to really take advantage of that this year. And you know, if you want to work with me, this is going to be the most cost-effective way of doing it by far. Okay, there's going to be discounts obviously for people who've bought previous products, people I've coached before. You're going to get a discount. So yeah, I as I say, super excited. Really looking forward to getting stuck into this, guys, and I'll be back with some more information on this very soon. But in the meantime, CAD Academy launches for new enrollments on the 26th of May. The course itself, the live part of the course, will start on the 2nd of May. Get on my email list, link below, to be kept up to date with all the information. See you again very soon. Bye-bye.